Hi there. This is the thing about Baidu. The market cap right now, if you check it, is about $29 billion, as you can see here. And of course, the stock price about $84 per share. Now, this doesn't matter. What's important is to look at the market cap. Look at the market cap, 29 billion, right? And then you have to look at their assets here. And then their business. So first, let's start with their assets. If you look at their balance sheet, you can see that they have in cash $19.5 billion here. Then you also add their investments, $20.6 billion. And in total, cash plus investments, they have $40.1 billion, if you can believe this. And now, when you compare total cash plus investments here, $40.1 billion, with the current market cap of only 29 billion, you can see that this company called Baidu is traded below the cash and investments on their balance sheet. Now, you also have to look at their debt, right? Because we have to be honest to assess the entire company. And if you add all their debt, it's only about $10.6 billion, you can see here. And then you subtract from the total cash, the total debt, and the net cash position is around 29.5 billion. Again, compare this number here with the current market cap here, 29 billion. And you can see that the stock price or the market cap is traded around the net cash position. And this is quite an interesting thing, quite a bargain. Because you don't take into account their revenue here for 2024. If you just check it, for 2024, revenue was about $18.2 billion. So, besides this cash position, close to 40 billion, you also add the revenue, 18.2 billion. And if you look at their net income for that period, was quite high, $3.2 billion. Now, you have 40 billion net cash plus 40 billion. Let's be conservative, 40 billion if the price to earnings is about 10. But of course, this is a technology company. The price may be around 20, especially if the growth rate rebounds, goes higher. So let's say you have only 40 billion in cash, right? And 40 billion or 42 billion from their business net income. So in total, you can have 60 billion, more than 60 billion, 62 billion, which means Baidu from this level of 29 billion can easily double. You can have a 2x, the conservative case. Now, as long as this net income keeps growing by 7% a year, let's say, then the price to earnings may be even higher. You can have 20x. And if that happens, from this business, no longer have 2x, but 3x. So you have the conservative case, where you have a double from this investment. And then, the great case scenario, you can have a 3x. And that's quite amazing. Now, to assess if this company can grow by 7% a year over the next 5 to 10 years, you have to look at their business and understand it. How do they make money? Ask yourself, how do they make money? And they have 3 main segments. Online ads, right? Cloud services, right? And membership services. So, if you look at their business and read their annual reports, you understand that everything depends on their traffic. As long as their apps keep attracting more users to their platforms, they will continue to make money from online ads and membership services, plus cloud services, because they also offer services to consumers and businesses, of course. And I don't take into account their bets, for instance, autonomous driving, and other innovations, which can yield high returns for this company, Baidu. Now, the bad thing about this company, the only bad thing, is that they are from China. And as there is this trade war between the US and China, you have a multiple about 10 to 20 on this business. If Baidu were a US company, the multiple was even higher. I mean, it could have been even higher than 30. You can compare Baidu with Google because they have about the same business model. They make money from online ads and membership services. So even if the multiple doesn't get to 30, but let's say to 20 or 10, the conservative case, and I recommend to follow this, you can have a double from the current level. Just look, market cap 29 billion, net cash 29.5 billion, net income 3.2 billion. You can have a double easily. And Baidu right now, compared to other Chinese companies, for instance Tencent, if you compare Baidu with Tencent and Alibaba, Baidu is the most undervalued company right now. Tencent is overvalued, in my view, based on my analysis. Alibaba still has potential, but Baidu is way undervalued. So, if you like this business, but especially if you like the future outlook of this company, if you believe that they'll continue to grow, then Baidu is quite a bargain right now. Now, if you want better investment ideas, you can join my membership. You go to my profile, press join, and choose the level you want. And if you want more to improve your investing skills or add and increase your returns, I also offer an hour coaching call with me, where you can ask me anything you want about investing and other businesses around the world. So if you want to increase your returns, join my membership, and if you have other questions, please let me know in the comments.